and good evening. Welcome to another edition of Inside Eve, Woman to Woman, your favorite show in the whole wide world. And guess what? I'm not hosting the show alone. I never ever host the show alone, even if I wanna, but I won't. I never host it alone. I host it with two lovely friends turned sisters. I love them dearly. Fabulous, sexy, raunchy, jaw-dropping. They'll introduce themselves. So, on my far left,
it's Moma. Hello, everybody. Good evening.
And a David son.
On your what now? Describe.
In my middle.
What's my geography?
Left, middle.
My name is Adering, so if it's a mouthful, you could call me Daring.
Do you know, even on my
That's
on my
like
Facebook,
a motto.
You did that.
I had to say Adering Sola, or you
It's
can
a
call
mouthful,
me.
you could call me Daring.
You can call me Daring. Guys, how was your week?
So far,
Not
so
week,
good.
but how was yesterday?
I don't even want to go all the way to the week.
Today.
Hey, traffic of life.
Today was
It's like everybody
mental.
came out today.
I
Yes,
don't
want
understand.
all the cars were on the streets.
Like, do you know, for no reason? Is it because of the election or
I
something?
think
I
they
think there
had
was some rally or something,
some political rally somewhere, but it was.
Is it really allowed? I mean, I don't even think the traffic wardens were even there at all. At what point I
yes,
think
they
they left.
were.
They would, even if they see, the main ones will probably go to the venue and try to look for how they can get their own.
It's just
because they're going to drop
horrible.
money now, so
That is just
But they were there.
horrible.
They were in there. Trust me.
it would have been worse.
It would have been
Yeah.
And the annoying part is, I heard some of the thugs were robbing and
Yes.
breaking windows. Please, let's just try to stay safe, man.
Please
I don't know
stay
what
safe.
this we can do. I don't think our
Exactly.
security officials are actually looking out for us that much anymore. But then just pray.
Pray.
Because winding up your glass is not enough in Lagos anymore.
I know.
There
All
is
right,
God.
guys. I mean, that's what happened today. Traffic, crazy traffic. But thank God it's 8 p.m. and thank God you're watching
Yeah.
the show today. So we're going to take some stress off. Although we're going to be talking about something really important today, really important. We started talking about it on Monday. I'm going to continue today. But just before we go into that, I'm just going to ask Fome what else we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, wow.
Met the diva.
Okay, we're going to have a point of view section as
Yes.
well. Yeah, all our relationship issues. Of course, it's going to be, connected with the topic for today.
Of course, yeah.
So we have to trash. We have
Trash
to
it,
trash.
trash
Yeah,
it, trash
it's,
it.
it's
Trash
a
it.
true story. Yeah, so watch out.
And then, speaking of relationships, you know the old Gliana and Bill thing on E?
Yes.
Golden Globe
Yeah, the Golden Globe Award.
Awards. We spoke about Lupita the last time.
Yes.
And then somebody is worth recognizing again this time, though it's not for a really
No.
positive reason. You know.
No.
Her outfit was just,
Horrendous.
I don't know, it was almost like sitting on a skeleton. Like,
She's lost so much
she's lost
weight.
so much weight.
She's yeah.
It's, I don't know if I'm supposed to feel like, what are you doing to yourself? Or I'm supposed to feel like, oh my God, what has happened to you?
Yeah.
I
She's
really don't
following
know.
the Hollywood trend.
Is that it?
I guess so.
I think they also mentioned something about her. Is it the cancer? that
Yeah,
she
I saw
had
that on the Linda
recently?
KG blog. So
Did she have it again?
I really cannot say, but I mean, with
But I
chemo,
always thought that she looked too skinny
From
and she
time,
was
right?
beginning to look kind of
old.
unhealthy, kind of ill, But I don't know. She had cancer, yes. If it reoccurred, I'm not sure. But
If,
well,
it's,
it
if
is
she's
what it
sick,
is.
I hope she gets
She's
well
probably
soon.
Yeah.
But then
I
if
hope
she's
that
actually
well.
starving herself to look like that, what?
And working
that's
out
not
too
good.
much.
That's not good at all. I mean,
She
speaking
does
about
look
Lupita,
skinny.
I mean, we showed her picture on Monday. It was nice. She looked really pretty. But I had to look at it again, and I thought it was a bit too childish. She looked like
I don't think
like
so.
a prom.
No, because of her surname, Young Go sounds like young. Okay.
What is
Scratch
wrong
that.
with you? But so at this point, when you look at the worst and the best of the,
yeah.
you miss Joan Rivers.
Oh, she
miss
would have
that
spanked them with
lady.
her mouth. Like, what?
She has actually yabbed Lupita before.
Yes.
Like, she would have been onto her.
I know, like
But
oh,
I think those guys really, right now, they are trendsetters. I think she's doing great.
So Lupita, yeah?
Yeah.
She is, you know,
She-
her
she's
movies
doing great.
and
Her looks and whatever.
looks.
At least
Just once
she
it-
made some small
Once or
noise.
twice, I thought, you know, her outfits didn't really match. There was one time she wore shorts with some fabric like ashoke. It wasn't ashoke, but it looked like ashoke. You know, but for this, I think she looked good.
I think I think it
Yeah.
was okay. There were the likes of Keira Knightley. She actually wore a nightgown.
According to you.
No, she did wear a nightgown. That was a very drabby, shabby dress she had on. But I also think it's because she's trying to cover her bum. While a lot of Hollywood actresses will show, it, off, she's hiding hers, and I'm wondering why.
You know, sometimes I think when people try to do something really different,
Yeah.
they go overboard. Like, I saw this dress where someone tried to put on, like, a person used newspaper
Oh,
to, like, make a
oh
The
no,
dress.
that was just painful.
And, you know, it's supposed to look like, wow, magic.
It
but
was
then-
very painful.
But then sometimes it just turns out to look really, really funny. So she probably thought, okay, this is a fantastic idea, and then let me not do the regular
And she
satin
probably thought
and
she was
all
going to
that
start a
lace.
trend as well.
Yes.
Trend fire. She's on her own.
No, I think a lot of people should. The truth is, when you go for those kind of shows, try and get the best wares. The Vera Wangs.
For her, she just thought that was the best, right?
Please.
Exactly, because they usually have options and they pick from, you know, several designers. So they probably thought it was the best and they got, you know, good reviews from their friends and family.
Let's talk about
Well.
Kerry Washington. I like what she wore. It was absolutely.
she's always on point.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
She's
always on
Kerry
point.
was
Pretty
absolutely
lady.
gorgeous. Like I said, we're going to be talking about lots and lots of things regarding the show. But what we're going to do now, we're just really going to go on a break. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere.
It is often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do, and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Come on, darling. Can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Adere Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Dairy.
We're talking to women, woman to woman.
Real women to real women. Hello. Yeah, what was the crazy one? Don't be deceived. She's
crazy.
Yes.
And we're back, according to.
That sounded like a bark.
I was just trying to
did
emulate
that
an
come
No,
imitation.
stopping Patitomi now.
And we're back. No, we're back.
She's
I'm
on
trying
bark,
to-
And we are bark.
If you are just joining the show, it is Inside Eve, your number one favorite show in the whole wide world, where you find beautiful ladies. It doesn't come that easy, you know. Woman to woman, but although these days we just get a lot of calls from men. It's not woman to man.
Oh, no, let them keep watching.
Let them
It's
keep
not much
calling.
woman. But we do appreciate all our male callers. You know, big thumbs up to you. And we hope to get female callers today. The lines are open. It's 08091 222283, 08091 222284. Darren, hit it.
Oh, man.
Darren.
08091222285 and 08091222286. Yes, I know the
And
number.
08091, can I go on? Okay, no. That's all. No,
Also, please visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/myr2tv, and follow us on Twitter. It's at r2_TV. We have lots and lots of comments on our Facebook page. Guys, what we're talking about today, domestic violence part 2. I mean, Monday was...
Sounds like a Nigerian movie.
Gang, gang, gang.
Part 2. Grab your copy now.
Monday was off the chart. We got a lot of callers, mostly male callers, saying it is absolutely wrong to hit a woman.
Yeah.
It is very devastating to find out that a lot of women still till now, even with all the NGOs that we have there in Nigeria, they still go through these things. So guys, tell me what's up. Domestic violence.
Well, you know, we spoke so much about violence against women
Yeah.
on Monday, but let's not also forget the fact that, you know, some of our callers had to remind us that there's also violence against
Yes.
men. But I think that, I just keep wondering, it does happen, and I then wonder what kind of men would, you know, go through that. But the truth is, I figured violence against, abuse rather, against men, you know, women, I'm sure many women would abuse their men, probably verbally.
Yeah, but then there are women that will pinch and scratch and kick and all
Of
of
course,
that.
the physical one is there, but you know some women have bad mouths. Like, they would
That's like
claw,
enough.
and you
Yes.
know sometimes words really hurt.
Yes.
And it will demoralize the man. He's just
Of course, if he allows it to get to him that far. And then there's also children, maids,
Housemaids.
of course.
We're
So
going to
it's
take
like
it one at a time,
after
but
the other.
let's quickly talk about domestic violence against the man. So
I've never seen it happen, so I don't
Well,
even think I have anything
I have
to
read.
say.
I have read a few on my Facebook page. Olabode, well, I call him Bode. He's the one of the early guys that is infuriating my female friends on my Facebook at the moment. What he said was, you know, women, you know, have very bad mouth. They're pure evil and everything. And then he actually, posted a picture on his comment on a woman who actually cut off her husband's private.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that on the radio
not cut
today.
It. Okay, I don't know if it's the same story.
Twice, actually.
Twice.
Oh, she got
The
Twice.
first time she yanked it off. And then
sewed it
luckily
back or
they
what?
sewed it back. And
that
then the
possible?
second time she yanked it off and threw it out
That is
the
a
window.
brutal woman, man.
That's mean.
the one I read was that a Nigerian couple?
No.
Asian couple,
Asian.
I
Okay,
think.
we know a lot of funny things go on there, but then when you come to Nigeria, you really don't hear stuff like that. But I read something about a couple, I think they had a fight, and the lady claimed she used her fingernails to scratch, but by the time they put that picture and zoomed in, that thing did not look like fingernails. So,
What was it then?
the guy said she used the knife. I mean, it was just this skin. I don't want to go into too
Oh
much
no,
details.
it's
Graphics.
getting really graphic now.
Graphic, right?
No, but we need to know so that, you know, the guys
Okay,
know that we're...
the knife cuts
No,
the skin.
that's
and
fine. Thank you so much, Danny. That's really, that's hectic.
Remember
Why
the
did she
picture
do
now?
that?
I don't know,
Exactly.
they had
What
a
was the
fight.
motive?
She had a story, he had a story too, but whatever it is, she like exhibited violence against her
Because
husband.
the first one, apparently the guy was cheating
That's
on
fine.
her.
That's
and then-
exactly.
Really?
And then she did it twice, not once.
And then
twice.
when the woman cheats, what should they do to her? Cut off her left breast.
You know, no, a friend of mine actually said, I think she also should be amputated down there. or something.
How will she be amputated?
That's like
you
circumcision at
you
30
see,
something.
one thing that occurred to me after Monday's show is the fact that you don't have any right whatsoever, whether you're a man, whether the woman to the man or the man to the... I don't know.
Nobody
I don't
has a
care
right.
to know who it is. Nobody has a right to hit the other person.
Yes.
Not to talk of using a weapon, or it could be your hands to yank off anything from that person.
Yank off.
Even if it's the girl's weave, I don't care what it is or her wig. Nobody has the right to do that at all.
I know.
You know, like the video that we watched about the little kids and
children.
their,
Oh, yeah,
and
that.
their, that
I
really,
think
really touched me.
We will have to go look at that video in a bit, because
Yeah.
it just clearly shows that when you train up a child in a proper
Thank you,
way,
Boo-boo.
that child would understand, oh, it's not right to hit a woman.
Of course.
It's not, you know, because even one child actually said, you shouldn't even hit a girl with
But
with
then
a,
do
with a
they
bouquet
still,
of flowers.
do they still grow up with that?
Of course.
Like, I think life happens to people. We know that there are people that maybe their moms, their dad hit their mom all the time and they learned that from home. There are some people that beat their sisters. But I still think that there are some people that along the line, like there's a story from Linda Ikeji's blog. Was it Linda Ikeji? There was a particular story we read that the lady said, oh yes, I think it's our POV. I don't want to get ahead of myself. something about man not being like this before and then developing violence, developing a violent behavior along the line.
Here's what I think, Dami. I think that when you train up a child that way, in a good way, teach a child that the woman is fragile. She's more fragile than you are. Even if we claim sometimes to be strong and all of that, she's more fragile. She should be taken care of. We are made to be taken care
we
of.
are.
Sure.
You know, when a child grows up with that mentality, I think it sticks. Things might happen, life happens, but then somewhere in that child, that is still there because that's what the child grew up with.
Yeah, a lot of them know. Okay, I think should we go to the video?
Let's just quickly go to the video so that our audience will see what we're talking about.
Often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Come on, darling, can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Aderi Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Daring.
We're talking to women, woman to woman,
real women to real women.
Hello.
Yeah, what was the crazy one? Don't be deceived.
I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Come on, darling, can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Aderi Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Daring.
We're talking to women, woman to woman,
real women to real women.
Hello.
Yeah, what was the crazy one? Don't be deceived.
I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Guys, I am so sorry. I need to apologize about the video, but we will be showing it definitely. And if you're just joining us, you have missed quite a lot. We're talking about domestic violence with regards to women, men, children, housemates, and a lot. So the phone lines are open. It's 08091 222283. 08091 222284.
Let me take this one now. 08091. Let me copy her. 222285. I used to do thing.
I'm not going to say that
I
anymore.
think you should stick to 2222. I like it. It's 08091 222285. 08091 222286.
That's
like
fine. It's okay. Just keep doing 2222. Okay, guys. Moji Olayi. She was abused as well. She's recently separated from her husband regarding
Because of that.
domestic
Yes.
violence.
Oh, wow.
And she said she had to protect herself
Of course.
and her child. So,
course.
I mean, there are a lot of people who are in this industry, the Nollywood industry, that are now
Mona Lisa
speaking up.
Chinda too.
Yes.
I think I like the fact that people are brave enough to come out to say this thing happened to me. They are not scared of the stigma that comes with it
Yeah.
and all of that. I think we're getting to that time when people will be able to come out and say, oh, I used to have Ebola, I have HIV, I've been raped before, I was molested.
Yeah.
People should not be afraid to be themselves, because dying in silence is not the
Of
thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And then Mona Lisa Chinda has gone far, if you like talk.
It's true.
She has gone far, man. Run your
Speaking
mouth.
out, you know, Stella Damasis, she's joined the campaign of speaking out
course,
against
yes.
Domestic violence.
domestic violence. I mean, women should really talk about these things. And you know, the funniest thing, it just, you know, chipped into my head. I have looked at the people that are the women that really face domestic violence. They are beautiful women.
Beautiful
Unfortunately.
women.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It's just jealous
I think the
men
guys
with low
probably
self-esteem.
feel low self-esteem. They feel intimidated as well, you know. And the least that we as women can do really is to talk about it,
Yeah.
speak up about it. You don't have to be a celebrity, you know. You don't have to go so far, you know, have an NGO or anything like that. You can, for instance, if you know someone who's been abused, or you know, it could be a woman or children or a maid. You could do something to, you know, to go to their rescue. You could probably speak to the man, or I know it's difficult sometimes. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of funny when it's between a man and his wife.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to have anything to do with them and stuff like that. But yeah, I think speaking
And
up
most
about
times-
it is like the least we can do, really.
You know, most times people are there praying and believing and hoping that the man will
Would change.
Don't believe and hope unto death.
Yeah.
I mean, for all that it's worth, just be separated for a while. If you are precious to him, okay, we
Yeah.
have a call.
All right, guys, we have a call. Hello, Wale from Delta State. How are you, sir? Yeah, I'm cool.
I like that.
All right, talk to us, Wale. Domestic violence, what's your view?
I can hear you, Sarah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Welcome to the show. What is your take on domestic violence? Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
Hello?
Sir,
Yeah?
can you step away from your television, please?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you step away from your television?
I actually just heard myself.
Lordy.
Oh, we've lost that call. Guys, if you do call in, please just step away from your television. It
was interesting, though.
And ask or discuss what you need to say. Before that caller came, you were saying something, please.
I think I was talking about, I was done talking about domestic violence to
That's
men,
fine.
women.
I mean, it also brings me back to Halle Berry.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, Halle Berry, she's partially deaf
Yeah.
in her left ear due to
Yes.
abuse.
Just
Pretty,
sad, man.
You know, a lot of Nigerian men, they gloat over Halle Berry, but look at the kind of
still
person
do,
she
yeah,
is.
she is.
No,
She's
no,
over them,
she's hot and sexy, but you just wonder, why would a man touch that kind of
her.
woman? And I mean, I think there's
Sorry,
this.
I remember Tina Turner's story too. Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
I can't remember the title of the movie now.
I
What's
don't
love got to do
remember.
about
Was-
it?
was-
What's
was
love got
okay?
to do? Yeah.
That was terrible. It was like the
Ike
height.
Turner, he was just,
It was.
you
That
know,
was the height,
lock,
man.
lock them up. That's all I said. Lock them up.
Like
and-
you're watching
and just
Animal
throw-
Planet
throw
or
the-
something.
I need to let you know. There's this.
Very.
There's
That's what it
this.
looks like.
Oh, I'm going to find it, but let me just quickly say this. So there's this lady called Josephine Efa Chukwuma. She's breaking the silence surrounding domestic abuse in Nigeria by providing counseling services, legal advice, and representation, and she's temporarily housing at the country's first battered women's shelter.
Nice.
Yeah, so this woman,
Huge.
Nigerian woman, she's taken upon
Commendable.
herself, yes,
Wow.
to shelter women who have been abused, children who have been abused. So, you know, kudos to you. We the ladies of
fantastic.
Inside Eve, we say no
Yeah.
to domestic abuse, either to the man or to the woman. I mean, we will be going quickly to talk about child abuse, but I need to quickly say this. It's one of the I think it's the recent Big Brother Africa. I don't know his name, but it was a fight between two housemates,
Okay.
a guy and a girl. So one of the guys on my Facebook page was trying to say, he said something, he said, now, notice she didn't say a word as much as we guys should learn control. So women too should learn how to control themselves. So he sent...
Big mouth.
Yes, no, women have. We do. Our mouth is our downfall. So this is a big, excuse me,
Some
this is a Big
women-
Brother star game. Is DKB and Zainab a fight? So
Oh.
Yeah.
what it is was, I think she opened the door while he was in the shower. And she came out or something like that. She'll say she was, they were eating and she was in the living room. And then he came out in his towel. And he started shouting at the lady, saying, "Why did you come into the bathroom? Never come into the bathroom." I think he's Guinean or something. Hi. Okay, we have a call. Tayo from Lagos. Hello.
That story is interesting though.
Hi.
Oh.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
We're
Hi.
good. Hi.
Thank you.
I'm well, thank you very much. How was your day?
It was.
Very
It was.
well.
Are you sure it was what? It was stressful.
Sorry, that was just default answer. I'm sorry. It was
Sorry, I can't hear
trafficky.
you.
There's a lot of traffic today.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to make a quick contribution to
Okay.
what you've been saying since Monday.
Okay.
My take will be on the effect it does have on the children
Yes.
of
Okay.
the home. Because I come from a family in which my dad and mom always have a go, and when they have a go, they do have a go. Yeah, so it does take a bad effect on the kids. But I would just like you guys to talk more about what the kids can do if this is such happening.
Okay.
Because the last thing you want is some kind of bad stuff building up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are their formative years.
And they just wake up one morning, God forbid, they either stab mom
Oh,
because
God,
it's
no.
the one abusing dad,
Yeah.
or they either stab dad because it's the one abusing mom.
I totally feel you.
And obviously, it does have an effect on their education. They can.
And their mindset.
And there was a time in which I just hated my dad.
Oh.
Wow.
But I
Obviously.
hope you've forgiven
I hope
them.
I hope you've forgiven your dad now.
Come to
Like I said, I
closure.
grew out of that. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
not a one-day thing. It's not a one-year
Of course,
thing.
it
It's not a
takes a
2-year
while.
thing.
Yeah.
Even as an adult now, I still have flashbacks to it. But
Wow.
That's
we
really
just
sad.
we just take more on that. Really appreciate you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
In
much.
fact, you flogged the issue. You picked it up and flogged it again. So
But then you just gave us another dimension,
Yeah.
so we can't flog it
giving
enough.
you 4 thumbs up. That's with my 2 toes up as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
you.
so much. Thanks for
Ladies.
calling.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, that was really touching. That is a real life situation where you say that the kids are in the middle
They
of
are
it.
watching.
And then, you know, they see what's going on between mom and dad. and
It's really, really sad because I think that he said we should give some advice to the kids.
What
But really,
they could do.
what do you tell the kids? They are still little, growing up, like you said, in their formative years. Anyway,
I think a lot of them grew up into adults pretty fast. Like they have to look out for themselves. They have to be mature. When mommy and daddy are now playing babies, they're now playing baby
anyway,
roles.
you know, talking about kids, let's quickly go back to that video.
our video
and
is
take a
ready.
look.
All right.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
It is often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do, and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Comment, darling. Can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Aderi Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Daring.
We're talking to woman to woman.
Real women to real women. Hello. Yeah, Buba's the crazy one. Don't be deceived.
I'm not crazy. She's
Yes. That's okay.
Don't worry, have fun. It's just
Everybody's like desperate to welcome
Can I
you
take
back.
over the floor? Thank you, Boo Boo. Welcome back. We sincerely apologize. We had a bit of technical issues. But the video is one that everybody must see because it just melted my heart when I saw it. You can view it on our website, royalrootstv.com, and it's also on our Facebook page, facebook.com/my R2TV rather. Yeah, we'll just give you a brief summary, right, of what the video entails. Now, the video was made by fanpage.it. It's an Italian online newspaper. And the video, you know, it's interviewed a couple of, not a couple, there were about 4 young boys aged from, I think, 9 to 11 and a half or so. And it just tested them to see what they would do if they were asked to slap a young girl, a pretty young girl. Now, it started with them introducing themselves and saying, you know, what they would like to be when they grew up and everything. And then they introduced this pretty young girl into the video with long hair, really pretty. And then they asked them to, you know, caress the girl, and they all did that in their own different ways. And then they went ahead to say, all of a sudden, the narrator's mood changed. He went, slap her. And then they were like, okay, where's that coming from? Like, that's really, really strange. And then he went again, slap her hard. And then they all gave, like, really, really, you know, their response was
Very adorable response.
adorable. It was innocent, and in their response, we could see, you know, the purity and the innocence of a child. You know, some of them said, "I can't slap her because I'm a man.
That's
I can't
what the last
slap
guy
her
said.
because she's a girl.
You shouldn't hit a lady,
You
not
should-
even with a flower.
Not even with a flower
Or a bouquet
or a
of
bouquet of flowers."
I think they should do that in Nigeria. Sorry there. I think, no, they should do it in Nigeria. You go,
not
you go
even with
chop
children,
slap.
with men. They
No,
should
they
try
should
with,
do it
they should
even-
try with men.
Even children in Nigeria, you go chop slap.
Now,
I
my
want to be the lady.
point is, if a little kid can say that much, how about the man that actually raises up his hands to hit a woman?
Life has happened to the man. for men.
Life
has happened.
Life should pass through you. It shouldn't change you that much, really. You know, sometimes I think that we take life too seriously. Stuff happens, yes. Things happen to people. You know, even when we started talking about this issue, I realized that this is some people's reality. You know, sometimes we stay in our own small corner of the world,
yeah.
you know, our own little heaven, and then we forget the stuff that people go through.
Yeah.
You know, so my point is, if you teach a child from that young age that the woman is fragile,
Yeah.
I must take care of her, I must love her and care for her, you know. Okay, we have a caller.
Sorry, we have a caller. Before we're going to continue.
Of course.
Sammy from Ikeja. Hello, Sammy.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you ladies doing tonight?
We're good, thank
Well.
you.
Good.
Okay. The video you were just talking about,
Okay.
I've seen the video.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
that's good.
Oh, yes. And I was pretty impressed with the boys.
Oh.
And it really captured the essence of something I want to share with you guys
Okay.
that I experienced when I was a little boy, like those boys in the video.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I experienced my parents in a fight, right? And my mom was the very heady one, and she really was spoiling for a fight. And it was in the middle of the night,
Wow.
and I heard her scream. I heard her shouting, and you know, every other person was asleep. And I woke up and I went to the living room and saw my mom lock my dad, and she was really spoiling for a fight. And I just stood there and I was watching. They saw me, and I was just there. I was
Oh, wow.
shocked
Yeah.
watching my parents fight, and I was looking at my dad to see what he would do.
Oh.
And my mom was really, really very heady that night, and
Oh,
everything
heavy. She's pregnant.
she did,
Wow.
my dad did not raise one finger.
Bless him.
Oh, wow.
And at the
Bless
end
him.
of the whole thing, I went back into the room and I heard her shout again, and I came out and I realized that the shouting was not that my dad was hitting her, but that she really was spoiling for a fight. And I kept looking at my dad, and he made a very strong impression on me that night.
That's good.
Never, ever to
Hit a woman.
That's good.
And from that time till now,
there was nothing a woman did.
Oh,
that made me
wow.
hate her.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
really nice.
Nice.
How old were you?
I think I was.
Bubu
I
says
was
we should
8.
clap.
Oh, it's
8.
impressive.
I think I
Wow.
was 8
Okay.
then.
Bubu says we should clap.
No, I think we should. I'm going to.
But I'm clapping more for daddy.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really,
Oh,
that,
wow.
it builds that in me never ever to hit a woman.
That's good.
And I don't think there is nothing enough that a woman would do that will make a man hit her.
Yes.
Only a weak man will hit a woman.
Preach, brother.
Yeah.
Preach, brother.
Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
Sammy.
Thank you so much.
Call
for
at the right
sharing
time,
that
my brother.
story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
think-
much.
Yeah, right?
Nice.
I think this man-woman issue, we could go on and on forever
Yeah, I know,
about it.
right?
But then we mustn't forget that people hit children, beat children.
That's the bottom line.
Housemaids beat children. Housemaids are being abused. There's some housemates that people treat like rags, forgetting that they are human.
The bottom line is, I think I've mentioned it before, there's nothing anybody will do that will,
Should
that
make
will,
you hit them.
Yeah, that will make you hit them. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. We understand that children can be naughty. Housemaids can be really silly. But then there are other ways that you can punish them as
You
opposed
can even
to
spank a
hitting
little.
them.
No, there's some little spanking that is allowed for kids.
Hi.
Oi.
Hello, Larry. Larry from Bagada. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
We're good.
Yeah. Hi, Fume.
Hello.
Hello. This is Larry.
Okay, Larry, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm your husband right now.
Are you serious?
As well? What did you say?
What a pleasant
What
surprise.
did you say?
He's with my husband.
Oh.
Hello, husband.
He says hi. Okay, on domestic violence, I haven't really experienced it, but I know when I definitely get married, I know it will be a no-no because I don't see any reason why a true man would want to strike his wife.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Thank you,
Because
Larry.
really, you'd spend the time, effort, all the hours of midnight calling, and you eventually marry her. The next thing you know, you start hitting her. But then what's all that about? Really, frankly speaking, if I was in an argument with my wife or something, I'd rather walk out.
Walk out.
Mm,
Yeah.
do anything
And get some
that-
fresh
that
air,
might-
man.
That's one of the best options.
I
Wow.
lose that.
Larry,
that's cool.
Larry, can I ask you a question? Has a woman pushed you to the wall? You know, pushed
Exactly.
you so hard to the
Verbally.
wall, verbally
Yeah,
that, you know, so what?
Verbally, yeah. Verbally, yes.
Okay.
It was this time was my ex, one of my former girlfriends. She was nagging me while I was trying to drop her somewhere. And unfortunately, rather than me doing anything that I regret, I just had to leave the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
You told her to do what?
He told her to get out of the car.
get out of the car.
She trekked a long while, right? It
Ah.
was a long trek.
That's
punishment
I hope it wasn't
enough.
that
That will
night.
make her think of her actions.
Sorry?
That's punishment enough.
So she said that would make her
That will
think of
make
her
her think of her
actions when she
actions.
has to walk all the way.
After I left my house early in the morning in my PJs to drop her somewhere and she starts nagging me, no, that one, I can't
Did you
fly.
hear? Did you hear it laugh?
That was like 5 years ago. I've definitely changed since then. So.
Oh, that's
okay.
nice.
Thank you.
Please don't drop her off. Lagos roads are crazy now.
But I like the fact that your option is just walk out.
Walk
Take,
out.
You know,
Yeah.
just walk
Take,
out.
yeah, get a
out.
breather. or
And
something.
I hope when you get married soon, you will remember this same
Yeah.
words you said, Lanre.
Definitely.
I'll hold you
And
to
I'm
it.
Sure Fume will hold you to
I'll hold you to it.
Thank you so much for
Thank
calling.
you.
Keep watching the show.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah,
Nice
his
one.
call just reminded me of a point. Because when I had my baby, we're usually told that when babies are crying like they're crying and you don't know what to do, you can drop the baby, leave the baby to cry and walk out. It's the same with children.
Yeah.
Children will be children. Walk out on them. They won't die. Like, just walk out, clear your head, as opposed to, hitting them or... I'm not saying don't spank. You can spank, but don't go that extra, mile and, abuse.
You know what I think? Above all, I think that it's because there's no measures where on ground, like I said, our constitution does not necessarily say much or take cognizance of this particular vice.
Yeah.
I think if they enforce it, if
There's
they
a law.
make sure that people get punished, some people would reduce it. Like a friend of mine commented on my Facebook page and he said something about he's abroad. He's like, Where I am now, if I hit a woman, I know what's going to happen to me.
course.
You won't get away with it. So you caution yourself.
I mean-
so they start flogging people publicly.
Yeah.
That's
This reminds me of a story from Linda KG about a woman involved in domestic violence. I mean, it's not only verbal, it's
emotional.
it's financial.
Financial.
This is a woman. I'll just quickly run down the story. She's been married for a few years. She has her daughter.
I think she had 2 kids.
Well, not 2. She had 1 first, which is about 18 months now. And then she got pregnant the second time, and her husband wouldn't have it. That she was pregnant the second
Like
time.
what?
Did she get
herself.
pregnant by
No,
herself?
But what's happened is her husband lives abroad. He's not in the country. And so when she got married to the guy, he was all cuddly, all lovely, all everything, all the usual before you do not know the real man. So when he left to wherever he went for, when he traveled abroad, she had to entertain some of his relatives into the house. At first, like she said, they were really nice, but after a while, they were just thorns in her flesh. I think his younger sister started accusing her of sleeping around.
And I think witchcraft too.
Witchcraft as well. Called her brother overseas to say, oh, your wife is sleeping about. She's 7 months pregnant. We don't know who the pregnancy is being owned by. The man got very upset, stopped sending her money in training the kids, and it's been very awful for her. Her in-laws treat her really, really badly. She doesn't get food to take care of the kids, clothes to train the kids. So she's going through hell, and she is seeking advice. The reason why she's seeking advice is because the man is now threatening that when he comes back, he's going to beat her.
Like, who does
But I
that?
think that's beating enough already.
Who plans to come beat somebody?
you know-
Most of the people that beat and say they are sorry afterwards. You plan.
It's crazy, but that is someone's
promise to beat
someone's nightmare. And please, if you have any comments in regards to that, please go to our Facebook page and leave a comment regarding this. We're going to be going to our point of view. Miss Darren is going to be taking us to our point of view, and we'll be right back shortly.
It is often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do, and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Comment, darling. Can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Aderi Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Daring.
We're talking to women to women.
Real women to real women. Hello. Yeah, Buba's the crazy one. Don't be deceived.
I'm not crazy. She's
Yes.
Back, people. It's been a long show. If you're just joining us, you have missed a lot, a whole lot. But guess what? There's a repeat of the show tomorrow by 5 p.m. And of course, you could watch it on our YouTube page, watch it on our website. All right, to the point of view, straight up. I'll read up the story that we have. I have been married, real life story. I've been married for 2 years plus, and all has been great until 3 months ago. My husband lost his job due to issues at his workplace, and ever since he has been very short-fused and gets angry at almost everything. Recently, about a month ago, we had an argument which led to him pushing me hard that I lost my grip and fell hard on the floor. He was very sorry and promised he would never lose his cool like that again. Barely 3 days after that, I came back from work exhausted, and he was demanding for his food. And he was home all day. Oh. I told you, she actually wrote he was home all day. Oh. I told him to please help himself as I needed to wash up before I knew it, my husband dragged me by my shirt collar and was yelling that I must serve him, saying he's my husband. I was bought with a price. What? To serve him. Etc. He dragged me to the kitchen and was pushing my head towards the pot. Call me stupid, but I served him. Oh. She likes this and just avoided him and stayed in the room once I showered. As we were about to sleep, he started apologizing. I said, no problem. He then started touching me and hinted he wanted some sex. OMG. I think that means, oh my God.
Yes.
I begged my husband that I was very tired. That was it. All hell broke loose and he started slapping, kicking, punching, which landed me crazy facial bruises, arms, etc. He has hit me twice after that night and I am at my wit's end. What should I do? I never saw all of these traits in him while we were cutting. Help.
It was there somewhere lurking.
Okay, do you know what? Sorry, do you know what can I just quickly talk?
Sure.
Do you know what I can quickly, what I can see from this? Now, one thing I've come to understand, if a man, because what I think that the problem started from when he lost his job. What I've noticed with men, when men lose their job, they lose their sense of strength.
Relevance.
Their sense of relevance. And when they can't deliver, and the woman is delivering, they feel useless. They feel absolutely worthless.
And almost threatened.
Well, some men, but let me say most men, probably 70%. There are other men who would still keep their cool, appreciate their wives for taking care of the home, and hope that, you know, the tides will change. Now, another thing I also got from this, he dragged her to the kitchen. He had been at home all this while. He was waiting because he's a man. He bought her with a price. That's what he said. Well, that's quite lame of him. But then it got into the room, and then he wanted sex. Now, another thing is...
Is that what you're thinking?
No.
You're supposed to be
another
sleeping.
thing is, if a man can't provide, if he feels he can't provide for his family, he feels as a duty, he's the man. So when it comes to sex, I'm still the man. Now, when he doesn't get that, oh, of course, all hell will break loose. I think for women, when you, if you're that kind of, if you're in that situation, if your husband has lost his job, be extremely sensitive because they are touchy. They are absolutely touchy.
This is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Pray.
Absolutely touchy. I have a friend who, when her husband lost a job, she was told to, you know, based on submission and all that. It's an African thing, man. Based on submission, that she should give her husband her bank cards to make him feel like he's still the man. Even at that, the guy was still misbehaving. So what are we saying?
Why should you give him your bank cards?
No, really, what are we saying?
I'll give him my prayers. I'll pray for him.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, really, what's all that about? Control yourself.
Man, I don't know. Your character is your character.
As far as I'm concerned, right? You know, they'd been together married for 2 years. Obviously, they'd known each other for longer.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, he starts to demonstrate these traits. I think that she needs to show the guy that she is serious about, you know, her stand on, you shouldn't hit me. It's not enough for him to hit her, really. Fine, he has issues, but those are temporary issues. They will go away and then he'll get a job back. But then in the meantime, she needs to show the guy, she needs to put her foot down.
How?
I don't know, she probably has to separate, she probably has to leave the house for a while so that he knows that, you know what, I'm serious about this. I'm serious about this because it's going to continue.
This is someone that can cook for himself.
It's going to continue. Well, I think at some point he cooked for himself, right? Before he got married.
No, exactly.
Well, okay.
Before he got married, he could cater for himself. She needs to show that she's serious about, don't hit me.
All right, we have Dolly from Delta calling in. Hello, Dolly. Good evening.
Hello.
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 All right, how are you doing?
I'm cool.
Okay, are you watching the show?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have something to say to us?
Yeah, I have something to say.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, back to the question that the boy kicked his wife. That hello?
Yeah, we're
I can
listening.
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You said the boy kicked his wife, yes?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
The fact that the man loses his job, you don't have the right to kick his wife.
exactly.
You get me?
Yes. Yeah, we totally agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the man do. Hello?
Yeah. Keep speaking, keep speaking. We can hear you. Oh, sugar. I wanted to ask what he's like. What would you advise that the woman
The
should
woman
do?
should do.
What do you think she should do? You know,
Like what you said, separation for a while.
I think so.
Let him get himself together. Maybe when he gets the job.
He needs to know that, you know what, I'm serious about this.
exactly.
The first time he hit her, there was probably nothing she could have done about it because she didn't see it coming, I
Yeah.
guess. Obviously, you won't see it coming. After 2 years, all of a sudden, you hit me. But then, he needs to know that, I'm serious. If you hit me again, you
I'm
know,
gone, man.
but then she needs to leave. Like, it's so uncalled for. It's unnecessary.
I just hope that her leaving the house will not aggravate the guy further. He might just feel as if, oh, because I don't have a job now, you think you can walk away
And
and,
then what
start
will
sleeping with
happen?
other men.
And then
please.
this issue of being submissive, yes, we know that you should be submissive, but then it doesn't mean that because some guys tend to, you know, to hold on to the fact that I own you. No.
I think that's bad language,
First
Seth.
of all, I, as the woman, I still own myself. I'm the first owner of myself before
Yeah.
the man. So you need to take
You're still
you need to
an-
take possession of yourself first.
When I attend weddings, I'm not married, but whenever I attend weddings, they read so many things that it's almost like you're giving yourself away. So
You're giving yourself away. Yes.
for better or worse,
But then it
richer for
doesn't
poorer,
mean that
in
the man
sickness and health.
owns you. You're still a being on your own. Anyway, whomever, if you're a victim or you know someone
Yeah.
who's close to you who's a victim, you can make a report to the National Human Rights Commission of Nigeria
You
because
should.
domestic violence, abuse, it's a violation of your fundamental human rights. If you didn't know that before, yes.
And
it
please
is.
speak
Yeah.
out.
And
Speak
not
out.
even in Nigeria.
Don't tell
the
people you
other-
fell
the
and you
other,
hit your-
Yes.
The
speak
other
out.
NGOs abroad who would, you know, they provide shelter for abused women. So speak out. Call the police on him. I don't know about Nigeria though. It's a bit wonky when it comes to that. But
And then again, I think if you are not a victim, if you know someone that is a victim, you need to sensitize them. Let them know that there is danger in it.
Can you remember that? Was it that video that you showed us?
Which
there was a
one?
video about. Do you know? I think maybe it's on our page, right?
Which one of the?
There's a video regarding when
the maid?
the thing. No, you know when there are people that see other people inflicting pain.
Oh,
course.
yeah.
And they'll just ignore, like it's none of my business. Remember
there
that
was,
one?
Yeah, that video. You know, there was like a social experiment, and they entered into an elevator, and okay, a man was hitting a woman, not too hard though, because it was just an experiment. He was
Yeah.
hitting, and then 54 people.
56.
No, 54. It was 54 people. 54 people went in.
Came
and
out.
went
Came
out.
out.
Like
Went
nothing was
into
happening.
like, you know, there was a camera there, and then people would just look at
Can
you
you
like,
just imagine?
whatever. It was just
Can you
one
just
woman out of the 54 that said, if you hit her, let's say hit her. If you hit her again, I'll call the police. And then they said, thank you very much, ma'am. You're the only person
you
that has reacted. All the
54?
other 54. So people like to mind their business, but then we have to move out of that zone. We have to become selfless and begin to look out for
course,
other
yeah.
people. Not when they die, you go to Atom and begin to cry and say, oh my God, rest in peace. That man is such a wicked man.
But there was
will.
something
Before they
you
get
could
to that
have done
point,
about
exactly.
it.
No
I will.
wishes were
Horses,
or
beggars
something
would
like
fly.
Oh, beggars ride.
Beggars would
Beggars
ride.
would
Exactly. So
ride,
wishes will
rather.
not take you anywhere. If you know that your sister, your daughter, somebody is being hit, have a rethink tonight. Report the case if you know that you're talking to them and they're like, I'm going to die there. Report on their behalf.
you don't have to.
Save somebody, please.
Just run. Run as
The
far as
woman
you
from
can.
our POV,
Run.
I think you should take Fume's advice. Take a chill
Yeah.
pill. Go away for a while. If you have kids, I don't know, maybe take them with you before he starts to hit them.
As well.
Because there's something growing in him, and maybe get help for him. I think so.
That is
Should get help for him.
It is very painful. I wish we could, you know, continue to talk about this. There's so much to talk about. A lot, but there are a lot of comments on our Facebook page, and
loads.
also you can always make comments regarding if you know someone who's going through an abusive marriage, relationship, kids who are being abused even by their parents or relatives, housemates who are being abused or housemates who abuse children,
Hashtag
even the
Uganda.
crèche. You know, sometimes
In
it's
the
just by the
crèche,
grace
right?
of God. When
Wow,
the
now
crèche
you
you
said
take your
that.
kids to, you.
I heard they
we
do
don't
things
know
like
what goes on there,
They
but
give them Puritan sometimes. There's a sleep
Oh,
job.
please, guys.
I really don't know. But there's a
That's
lot. There's a lot to talk.
Sorry.
There's a lot to talk about. But we're gonna take our final notes now. Darren, what's your final note, darling? Sorry.
Like I said before, all marriages are sacred, but not all marriages are safe. if you know that the heat is too much in the kitchen, step out for a while and get a breather.
Probably you can't even cook, so.
But no, but seriously, we know that God hates divorce and all of that, but we're not asking you to totally end it. But if you are living with in quotes, an animal,
A monster.
It is what it is right now. Please, the institution is sacred. Yes, you will stay there, but for a while, just step out, get some fresh air, and let him realize what he's about to lose if he's not being careful.
Thank you, darling.
God be
For me?
with you.
Yeah, I'm going to reemphasize what I said on Monday. Never ever let a man lay his hands on you without your permission. Yes, you give him the right to touch you, either in a caress, like those kids, or to hit you.
Calm down.
Yes, you have to set the standards, set high standards, because you are valuable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mine is really long, but I'm going to still say it, honestly. So the next time the abuser tells you that the reason he is abusive towards you is something you've done, crap, remind yourself that no one is ever responsible for another person's actions. The next time the abuser tells you that he wouldn't get so angry with you anymore, just try harder. Remind yourself of how hard you have been trying and how little effect your efforts have been on his actions. And most importantly, the next time you are lying in bed crying over something the abuser has said or has done, remind yourself, darling, of who you were before you met him. You are beautiful. Let no man tell you that you're
Never
not
lose
beautiful.
yourself.
Yes, never lose
You're
yourself.
strong.
Even in marriage, do not lose yourself. You're still an individual.
An asset.
Speak up. Yes.
You're
You know,
beautiful.
value yourself, and so that people will value you. Like I said, if you are involved in this and you know anyone, speak to the humans.
National Human Rights Commission.
Yes, that's Human
Very
Rights
active.
Commission. Please. Until same time next week on Monday, it is your ladies of Inside Eve, Boo Boo.
Daring.
And Foman.
We'll see you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.
Ciao.
Peace, y'all.